A Trump supporter was stumped when he was asked to name a single promise that Donald Trump had kept when he became president.
He's a good man. I love him. We need him. He saved the country.
You love him.
Yeah, I think he's a good man. What do you think?
Why? When did you decide he was such a good man?
Uh, 2016. I liked his. I liked his words, and I like he did everything he said he was going to do, and he did it.
What are some of those things that he said and then he did?
Uh,
Maybe just one thing. One thing he said and then he did.
he caught me off guard there. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you caught me off guard. I didn't think you were going to actually follow up and ask me for anything specific. But what is this? Okay. Well, let me help him out. All right. So, again, because there's plenty of things that Donald Trump did do during that 4-year stint that he was president. And he made a lot of promises. So, let's go through a few of them, right? First of all, biggest one, big, beautiful border wall, right? We're going to build a wall and Mexico's going to pay for it. Well, what happened? Oh, never finished. And Mexico certainly did not pay for it at all. Not a penny or a peso. Not at all. Oh, well, that's that's unfortunate. Um, okay, for them. What about repealing and replacing Obamacare, right? The Affordable Care Act. Is that gone? Nope. ACA is still here. But what about Trump's plan? See, you got to repeal it, replace, right? So first repeal, then replace. Did he have a plan for that? He had concepts of a plan. Oh, okay. He also promised to eliminate the national debt. Oh yeah, national debt. What happened to that? Turns out, still here, and Trump added to it. The national debt rose by almost $7.8 trillion during Trump's time in office. And you know what the main driver of that is? Tax cuts for the rich. The Tax Cuts for the Rich, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, right? That's what it was called. That is his only so-called accomplishment that he had during his 4 years, right? That was the big policy thing that they went after and that they got it done. Oh, yeah, you cut taxes for billionaires. Oh, research shows that workers who earn less than $114,000 on average in 2016 saw no change in earnings from the corporate tax rate cut, of course, while executive salaries increased sharply. And of course, people in the top 1% made a lot of money. a lot of money. Holy crap. Not only that, but the tax law's 20% pass-through deduction, which was skewed in favor of wealthy business owners, that's largely failed to trickle down to workers in those companies. Big shocker. Turns out, no, it does not trickle down. I mean, there was something trickling down, but it wasn't wealth. All right. Now, his law also doubled the estate tax exemption from $11 million per married couple to a total of $22 million. That means that rich people, can pass on $22 million to their heirs tax free. Wow. Wow, look at that. These are things that average people were not out there clamoring for. Yeah, what do we want? Tax cuts for the rich. When do we want them? Now and forever. No, that's not what happened. In fact, a lot of the people, supporting Trump, claimed to want to drain the swamp. Turns out, he didn't drain nothing. Well, that's not entirely true. He did drain some of that swamp into his pocket. Okay. So now he also promised that he would force pharmaceutical companies to charge less money for prescription drugs. That's something that's incredibly popular, right? And was actually would have been a populist move if he actually did it. He didn't. Turns out, once President Joe Biden took over, he, with the Inflation Reduction Act, which, by the way, tie-breaking vote passed by one Kamala Harris, okay, allowed Medicare to negotiate the price of 10 prescription drugs. So, like, 10's a start, okay? And by the way, American taxpayers are now expected to save about $6 billion on prescription drug costs, and people enrolled in Medicare are expected to save $1.5 billion in out-of-pocket costs on these drugs in 2026 alone. Wow. So now I'd love to see this get massively expanded to where it covers all prescription drugs. 10 is a start, but we could go further and save the American people a lot of money. So not a lot of promises, though, kept on Trump's end. I mean, there's promises that he made to workers that he didn't keep. In fact, his administration claimed to be the voice of workers, right? Working people. And his administration stripped workers of rights, repealed overtime protections, rolled back worker safety rules, okay, workplace safety rules, and turned a blind eye to employers who actually steal workers' wages. Wage theft is actually the largest amount of theft that happens in the United States. Once again, going back to the swamp, right? He said he'd drain it. His administration, however, contained more billionaires, CEOs, and Wall Street moguls than in any administration in history. He filled entire departments and agencies with former lobbyists, lawyers, and consultants who, unsurprisingly, made policies in those departments to then benefit the industries that they used to work for. So, no wonder this man cannot name a single promise that Trump has kept. It's because he's just another part of the Trump cult. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.